Hello everyone, a warm welcome to all. In this session, we are going to learn about static keyword in Java. Static is a special keyword which we are using for various purposes on the programming. We'll see elaborately on this video. I am Nandini, working as an assistant professor in the Department of AIDS at Jai Shri Ram Engineering College. With this, we'll get into our session. So static keyword will work for two categories. First one is static variable. The second one is static method. We'll start with static variable. So a variable means placeholder of your data. So literally it just store your data which we require for our programming. Additionally, if we are using static keyword, it has a special feature. So the syntax of creating static variable is very simple. You can just use static keyword followed by data type and the variable name ended with semicolon. It's just a normal variable declaration precede with the static keyword. So what is the specialty about this keyword means it initialized only once. Also it has a shared memory across the object. And additionally, it belongs to the class rather than a specific instance. Why? Because it just works for a class, not for all the object. It shares among all the object which we are used for the class. Let's see an example. So it's just a normal program without static. I'm just presenting over here. So this is my normal variable. Variable name is x and will have a value of 5. Then I am just starting with a main function creating two objects. Say for example, this is object 1 will hold the value of x equal to 5. Then object 2 will hold the same value because it shares the same variable, same data member. Now I am just changing object 1 data member, that is 5 to 9. So the change will be only upon object 1. If I am just presenting on the print screen, my object 1 will have 9, object 2 will have 5. It just unchanged. Why? Because it uses the individual memory. It's a normal program. But if I'm using a static keyword beside this variable, we'll see what will happen. I'll just demonstrate on this program. Just a minute. Let's see a demonstration of a program. This program without static keyword we are going to do. So I'm just using JDK only. First I am doing compilation Java C file name. My file name is sample. I'm just doing a error checking process. There is no error. Then I'll go with the execution Java space class name. See, this is what my output. I'm creating a two object. I'm just changing one object data member so it doesn't reflect on the second object data. But now I just want to change every object's data member at a stretch. So this is my issue. In order to solve this issue, simply I'm just putting static keyword over a variable declaration. So now my data member will become static. So first I am assigning with 5. Then I am just changing into 9. But I am changing only for object 1. Okay, now we'll check what will happen to object 2. Okay, because static keyword it is initialized only once, as well as it is shares the common memory space. Once I am just changing on one object, definitely it will going to reflect on the another object. So this is a purpose of using your static keyword beside your variable names. Okay, so the key points will be it belongs to class, not to individual object. It's shared across all the instances of the class, and mainly it is useful for constants or making any counter programs. Next we'll see a static methods. So methods or process already we are used in class. Before method, if we are using static keyword, it will become static method. So what are all the specialities of static method? We'll see one by one. Static keyword is used to create methods that will exist independently of any instance created for class. Static methods do not use any instance variables of any object of the class they are defined in. That is, no need for creating an object to access the static method. So static method cannot use normal attributes directly because normal attributes belongs to class while static method belongs to class. So now we'll see one example to demonstrate static method. So it is a very simple example. I am creating a class and my method is square. I just want to take a square of given number, but it belongs to static method. So it's just a body of work. I'm just doing squaring of a given parameter. Then I'm just starting a main method. See here there is no need for creating an object. I just literally call my method directly. Very simply I'm just calling my method without my any instance. Okay, we'll see a demonstration again. So this is my square program. So we'll just have a output over here. So just checking for a compilation, javac sq.java. So yes, there is no error and I'm executing a program. See, my output will be 25. So here the special feature is if I'm using a static keyword before your method, there is no need for making any instance of the class. We can just simply calling our method directly. So this is a special feature of your static method. So the key points will be, again it is belongs to class, not to the object. Can be called without creating an instance. Can access only static variable. It doesn't access any other variables rather than static keyword. And it is a commonly usage for making utility functions. Yes, so yes, that's it for static keyword, static variable and static method. With this, we'll come to an end of a session. So simply, static variables are initialized only once and it has a shared memory. It's work for counter for all the objects. Static method means can be called without an object. So yes, so this is a time you to do some task. You need to practice this concept. So write a Java program that uses a static variable to count how many students are created, along with use static method to display total number of students. Hope so you all practice this program. Thank you so much. We'll end the session. See you soon.